first place we're going to stop is in Dearborn, Michigan, where we are going to be visiting Greenfield Village and Henry Ford Museum. This is the nation's largest indoor-outdoor history museum. It's of course named for its founder, the notable automobile industrialist Henry Ford. He did this based on his desire to preserve items of historical significance and portray the Industrial Revolution. The Henry Ford is the largest indoor-outdoor museum complex in America. People come in the doors and the first thing they see is the Josephine Ford Memorial Fountain in the Benson Ford Research Center. Nearly 100 historical buildings were moved to the property from their original locations and arranged in a village setting. The museum's intent is to show how Americans lived and worked since the founding of this country. The village includes buildings from the 17th century to present day, many of which are staffed by interpreters who actually do tasks like farming, sewing, and cooking.
Yes, it's true, we all grow old and leave the simple past. Move on into the city where the neon pace is fast. Wrong-way streets and broken dreams, bitter memories that don't pass. And at the bottom of this bottle, there's just an empty glass. These days, love is growing cold on the altar of technology. We sacrifice our soul. Fiction rules the classroom while truth is put on trial. It takes a lot to smile these days. Seems that life's just one big lesson. You're never out of school. And all those things they brag about, yeah, they're really not that cool. These days, divided for
Henry Ford Museum began as Henry Ford's personal collection of historic objects, which he began collecting as far back as 1906. Today, this 12-acre site is primarily a collection of antique machinery, pop culture items such as like the lunchbox or the wiener dog or the biggest theater, automobiles, locomotives, aircrafts, and many, many other items.
these days.
Oh, I ain't much for political correctness 'cause it often goes too far. Merry Christmas becomes Happy Holiday. And our kids can't pray in school no more 'cause it offends folk in some way. This country needs the love of God, and I hear you say, this land was forged with Christian values, that's the way that it should stay. And taking God out of the picture ain't the American way. We ought to stand for what we believe in. Don't let it crumble.
Okay, buckle up. We're heading over the Big Mac, a suspension bridge that is 5 miles long that links the Lower and Upper Peninsula, and we are on our way to the UP for some beautiful sights. Our first stop is Pictured Rocks. This Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is a U.S. national lakeshore on the shore of Lake Superior in the Upper Peninsula. It extends for 42 miles along the shore and covers 73,236 acres. The park offers spectacular scenery of the hilly shoreline between Munising, Michigan and Grand Marais, Michigan, with various rock formations like natural archways, waterfalls, and sand dunes. Picture Rocks has its name for the first 15 miles of colorful sandstone cliffs northeast of Munising. The cliffs are up to 200 feet above lake level. They have been naturally sculptured into shallow caves, arches, formations that resemble castle turrets, human profiles, among many other things.
This land was born to Christian values, that's the way that it should stay. And taking God out of the picture, in the American way, we are to stand for what we believe in. Don't let it crumble in the dust. Say it do or die, in God we trust. Man, hey, do or die.
This is Miner's Castle. Miner's Castle is the most famous formation of Pictured Rocks.
Back not all that long ago on the West family farm, fires burned warm at night, granting shelter from the storm. We could swim.
We are now making our way to Presque Isle. This rocky, wooded, and extraordinarily picturesque peninsula at the northern entrance of the Marquette Harbor is a wonderful place for an outing any time of the year. When locals talk about the island, they're talking about Presque Isle. It's just a mixture of like greens with the contrast of the red rock and the Great Blue Lake that just make it absolutely breathtaking here. A lot of fun things happen, including ore carriers. You can watch them load and dock up and unload at this point in Presque Isle. If you look behind the people in the picture, there is a lighthouse. This is the infamous quote-unquote haunted old Presque Isle lighthouse, and it's located near the settlement and is open for public viewing.
Move on into the city where the neon pace is fast. Wrong-way streets and broken dreams.
Of course, you can't make a trip to the UP without visiting Paradise City. This is where you will see the Tequamanon Falls. The centerpiece of the Tequamanon Park and the very reason of its existence is the Tequamanon River with all of its waterfalls. The Upper Falls is one of the largest waterfalls east of the Mississippi. It has a drop of nearly 50 feet and is more than 200 feet across. A maximum flow of more than 50,000 gallons of water per second has been recorded cascading over these falls. 4 miles downstream is the Lower Falls, a series of 5 smaller waterfalls cascading down an island. Although not as dramatic as the Upper Falls, they are equally magnificent. The falls can be viewed from the riverbank or from the island.
We all pledge allegiance to the flag, though God gets pushed aside. Instead of standing tall and praising His holy name, the land was proud and free bows to correctness in these days. Seems to me like a long down right machine.